What's up, guys? Welcome back to Chiefs Chat. Today I'm sitting outside, you guys can see, a beautiful day in Kansas City, Missouri, okay? And today I'm bringing you guys the first official game preview of the 2022-2023 NFL season. If you guys didn't know already, every single game I do a game preview and a game recap. And today, well, you know, we've got a Chiefs game, okay? So I'm doing a game preview for the Week 1 preseason game against the Chicago Bears, and I couldn't be more excited. I mean, it's been so long since we've seen the Chiefs play, and here we are, okay? They're going to Soldier Field, and they are playing the Chicago Bears. And you know what, man? It is a preseason game, but I am so excited to see our guys on the field. Andy Reid has confirmed that the starters will play the first quarter. You know, I'm not sure if I'm in full support of that decision. I know last year he did this, and I still just wasn't, like, you know, super pumped about it, because I think, you know, our guys know how to play football at this point. You know, I understand that we've got a lot of new players, and that's kind of the only reason that I can really justify this decision by Andy Reid. But, you know, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, I mean, these guys, they know how to play football. Let's not leave them in for too long. You know, I understand wanting them to get adjusted to the new system, all these new players. You know, but, you know, let's relax a little bit. You know, let's not have them on the field for longer than a drive, if you're asking me. But you know what? It's Andy Reid. You know, he's one of the best head coaches in the NFL. I'm going to let him make his decisions. I'm not going to question it. But anyway, you know, I'm just super excited. Okay, we've got a lot of young players that I want to talk about. You know, training camp, you know, did just end recently, and, you know, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to unpack. You know, after, you know, recapping training camp, there's a lot that we've learned, okay? And there's just a lot to talk about, and there's a lot that I'm really excited to look for, okay? And let's just start with the player who I am the most, you know, excited to watch play in this preseason game. I'm not sure if you guys have been, you know, paying attention to what's going on in training camp, but running back Isaiah Pacheco, he has been dominating in training camp. It's been absolutely amazing. And people are even saying that he might be higher up on the depth chart than Ronald Jones, okay? And that's just shocking to me. You know, Ronald Jones is a bona fide, you know, quality starter in the NFL. And they're talking about how Isaiah Pacheco, I mean, he might be better than Ronald Jones. That would surprise me, but I think it could happen, you know, based on the way that he's been playing in training camp, you know? Running with the ones, you know, and just dominating when he's on the field. And so I'm really excited to see how he plays against, you know, a real NFL team on a real NFL football field. You know, I want to see how he plays in live action. That would be, you know, huge. You know, if he dominates like he did, you know, in training camp, I think that's definitely a big sign that he's going to be, you know, really high up on this depth chart, you know. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, definitely the bona fide number one, you know, according to what was going on in training camp. But still, Isaiah Pacheco, he might be something special, and I'm super excited about that. You know, the second thing that I'm definitely going to be looking for is defense. You know, I want to see how these young cornerbacks are going to perform, because it's been a little bit shaky in training camp, if you ask me. We've got guys like Joshua Williams, you know, who's just like, you know, okay in training camp, and I really want to see him take that next step here against the Chicago Bears. You know, they don't have a lot of great receivers, so maybe this is a good, you know, time for us to really get some confidence up. I think we should be able to handle these guys, you know, no matter who is in there for the Chiefs at cornerback. You know, I know Trent McDuffie is probably going to get a few reps, and I'm excited to see him play. And so, you know, I'm just super pumped up about these young cornerbacks, you know, these young defensive backs. And Trent McDuffie in training camp, if you guys hadn't been paying attention, he has been really solid. You know, always lining up across from, you know, the best receiver on the field, and he's been, you know, holding his own against these guys. You know, pretty solid cornerback. And I'm really excited to see if he can, you know, lock down their best receiver. You know, I want to see if they line him up against their best receiver on every single drive that he's playing. And I really do think that will definitely show us that, you know, we're looking at Trent McDuffie as a number one. You know, over L'Jarius Sneed, over Rashad Fenton. You know, this guy is the guy. I think we might be looking at him like that. So it'll definitely be exciting to see, because I definitely think he's going to get a few reps. You know, he is a rookie. I think most of our rookies should get reps, if not all of our rookies should get reps. You know, I want to see Darian Kennard out there. You know, I want to see Brian Cook out there. You know, I want to see these guys perform, you know, and it's definitely going to be exciting to see. Sky Moore is another guy who I definitely want to see on the field a little bit more. You know, he ran with the ones a little bit in training camp, but I want to see him, you know, with the twos, with the threes out there. You know, I think he should get a lot of time here in this preseason game, you know, and I'm super excited about it. Justin Ross is another guy I know a lot of people are excited to see play. And I'm not sure, he hasn't been, doing much in training camp really, but even, there was a lot of hype, behind him before training camp, and here he is now. He's made it through training camp. He's still on the roster. Will he get cut? I think he probably will, if you ask me, but it's still exciting to see what the future holds. I think Justin Ross at some point is going to be on an NFL roster spot. Whether or not it's with the Chiefs, he's going to be in the NFL. It's going to be exciting to see, if he's really going to be able to develop and get to that next level. And I really do think, there is a slim chance that he can get there this season if he just absolutely balls out in training camp and he absolutely balls out in the preseason. So, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for guys like Justin Ross and those young rookies to really show that they're taking that next step. And I'm super excited about it, And as for the guys like Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, who will be taking the field in the first quarter, I'm not looking for anything from them. I know that they're going to dominate, okay? I know that they're good football players. The only thing I guess I would really, say that we should be looking for is that connection with MVS, that connection with Juju Smith-Schuster. But still, after seeing what happened to Zach Wilson a couple days ago, it's not something I'm really looking forward to. You don't want to keep your starters out there for too long. They could get hurt, something like that could happen, and I just don't want to see that, especially, when we're really, starting to put things together in training camp. I don't want moving pieces, I want things to just remain consistent so that we can get a little bit of momentum going into the regular season, and that'll just be really good for us, okay, because this is a new group, a lot of new players are on this team. We got to, mix and match, we got to get some things right, and we can't have people going down, okay, we just can't have that. So another guy, a couple more defensive guys that I'm really excited to see play. George Karlaftis, on the edge. I'm really excited to see if he can just dominate, because I haven't seen a whole lot of him in training camp. I've heard that he's, kind of ran with the ones, ran with the twos a little bit, but I do want to see him on the field, and I want to see him, just be able to get around that edge. It's really something I'm excited about from him. And then, I think probably the last guy who I definitely want to mention, Leo Chenal. I have not seen him, at all in training camp. Strangely enough, he hasn't really been running with the ones, not even really with the twos. And I'm not sure what they plan on doing with Leo Chenal, but he's, not really playing too much in training camp, Training camp, if you ask me, I don't know. It's weird. And I know that he's definitely going to get a good amount of time in the preseason game against the Bears. And, the whole preseason, in general, I think he's going to get a lot of time. So it's definitely going to be exciting to see, will he step up to the plate? Will he perform? Because I think he has a lot to prove at this point. I know that we have, big plans for Leo Chenal. I do think that at some point he will be a consistent rotational piece in our offense. It's just we haven't seen too much of him, and I think now is when he needs to step up and show everybody, like, I am the next guy up, because he's going to be one of our best linebackers. Nick Bolton right now, is our best linebacker, and he was a rookie last year. So I think maybe he can be that next guy up and really show that as a rookie, he can be one of the best linebackers on the team, if not the best linebacker on the team. I definitely like the way he plays, physical, and he just wants to put you on the ground. That's, that's the way you need to play. So, that's pretty much it, honestly. Those are the things I'm looking for in this game. Based on what I see in this game, there's definitely going to be more that I'm going to want to look for in the following two preseason games that I'm super, super excited about. And man, it just feels good. It feels good to have Chiefs football back. I couldn't be more excited. So, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys in the game recap for this Chiefs versus Bears contest. Peace out.